if you have a silver quarter, definitely watch this whole video, or any really Washington quarter, definitely watch this video. I'm gonna show you what to look for that can make your coins valuable. So let's just hop right into it. Now, first up, on your Washington quarters, what you want to do is look at the lettering of the coin. So here's an example of doubling on the lettering. It's a double die obverse, meaning that there's doubling taking place on the front of the coin. Now, this is a pretty extreme doubling here. We can see it on the L and the I and the B, E, R of the word liberty. And then also we see that on the phrase "In God We Trust." So we can see that doubling there very, very clearly. Very noticeable doubling. You really see it there on all the lettering of that coin there. And then also you want to look for that on the date. You can see it there at the top of the one, really. And really on the whole date, I mean, it's kind of noticeable more there on the 2 as well. So that is what you want to look for on the 1942. We'll look at some other quarters here as we go. But this first is a 1942 double die obverse. So this coin has that doubling that we just looked at. Now, it is graded by PCGS at an AU 55, so about uncirculated 55. And that is not like a mint state grade or anything, but it's definitely not a low grade. But this coin did sell for over $1,700, so $1,700. But bear with me, this next coin is the same exact coin, but this coin is graded at a mint state 64. So the only difference between this coin and the last coin is the condition or the grade of the coin. It's got a much higher grade. It's a mint state grade. They both have the doubling, and this coin sold for over $6,400. So we go from a $1,700 coin to a $6,400 coin just because of the condition. It's so important. That grade, I cannot stress it enough. Also, for the 1942, if you want to look at an even worse condition one, this is a 1942D with that doubling, and this coin sold for over $225 because it's only graded at an extra fine 45. So again, a $200 quarter to a $6,000 quarter, very large range in prices based on the grade or the condition of the coin. Also, on your 1942, you want to look for a repunched mint mark on the D mint marks. So look for that. The D mint mark is going to be there on the reverse of the coin at the bottom below the reef. So look for that repunched mint mark on those coins. You can do that with a USB coin microscope, but that's not it. Also, if you turn your quarters over to the reverse of the coin, you want to look for doubling on the lettering of the coin. You can really see it here on all the lettering of the reverse of the coin. So really inspect your coins closely to look for those double die reverses. Now, we also not only see it on the lettering of the coin, but also on the reef of the coin, as well as on the eagle's beak. So here's a few pictures kind of showing you the doubling there. We see it on the beak here, very noticeable type of doubling. And then again, we see it here on the reef of the reverse of the Washington quarter. So always be on the lookout for that. Really noticeable doubling here on the reef towards the D mint mark there. So that is really awesome. Be on the lookout for those. Let's look at a couple prices for those. This coin is graded at an AU 53. So this coin only sold for around $90. But if we look at the same exact coin that is graded by PCGS at a mint state 62, this quarter sold for over $1,500. So a $90 quarter to a $1,500 quarter, very big difference in prices. Always be on the lookout for those, and never clean your coins because that will definitely devalue them. So don't think that you're going to make them look nice and pretty and be in better condition, because that's simply just not the case. When they go through coin grading, they go through high magnification, and they will definitely be able to tell you if it is cleaned or not, even if you can't tell it from a distance. So keep that in mind. Also, on the 1942 no mint mark, we looked at the D mint mark. This is the no mint mark. You want to look for doubling on the front of the coin as well on the lettering. So always be on the lookout for that, as well as on the date 1942 itself. Be on the lookout for the doubling there as well on 1942. Now for the 1942 no mint mark, now this coin is solely valuable because it has a high grade of a mint state 67. So that's what's given this coin all of its value. The quarter did sell for over $5,000 as a result of that grade. So keep that in mind. It's going to be the very, very high grades and the different types of errors that are really going to give your coins some value. Now for the 1942 proof quarter, this is graded at a proof 68. So an extremely high grade, as the coin grading scale only goes up to 70. It's got some really nice natural toning to it as well around the rim of the coin. And this quarter sold for over $10,000. 10,000 buckaroos. That is insane. For the 1942 S mint mark, now again, that S mint mark will be right where the D mint mark was if you guys are new to coin collecting. And so this is the 1942 S. It's graded at an AU 58, and it only sold for around $30. But again, if we go to the higher graded version of this coin, 1942 S graded at a mint state 67, this quarter sold for over $4,000. $30 to $4,000. Huge difference. Always be on the lookout for those different types of errors, and check out these other quarters that you should always be on the lookout for. And don't forget to watch tomorrow's video and Sunday's video, where we're going to be talking about some rare state quarters. For the 1980 Philadelphia minted P mint mark Washington quarter, they produced over 635 million of these coins, so they are very common coins to find in your pocket change. For the 1980D, they produced over 518 million of those coins. And then for the 1980S, they produced only 3.5 million of those coins. So the 1980S proof quarter is definitely the more sought after one, because it's a proof coin and it's very low mintage in comparison to the regular business strike coins, the 1980P and 1980D, where they made hundreds of millions of those coins. Now first, let's start off with a simple error coin. This 1980 Washington quarter, this is the 1980D. It does have an error. It is called a clip error, which we see there at the bottom of the coin to the right of the date. And this quarter here sold on eBay for a little over $10. So nothing super valuable, but it is a pretty cool find. For the 1980D, now this one's pretty unique. This was actually struck on a 5-cent planchet. So we can see there at the top of the quarter how the word Liberty is getting cut off, and then we see that taking place there on the reverse as well at the bottom of the quarter where it says $quarter. So that is pretty sweet. Would love to find something like this in pocket change or in a coin roll from the bank. This 1980 quarter sold for over $180. Next up, we have another error quarter here that's sold on eBay. This one has been struck off center. Again, this one isn't graded by a coin grading company. The error kind of speaks for itself. You can see how it's off center and the image is displayed. This didn't sell for big money, but the quarter sold for around $18. So nothing too crazy there, but still an awesome find. If you find something like this, definitely hold on to it. Here's another 1980 Philadelphia minted quarter that was struck on a 5-cent planchet as well. You see that it weighs 4.97 grams, and it's graded by Annex at about uncirculated 58. Again, we see that taking place at the top of the coin where Liberty is being cut off, and then we see that at the bottom of the quarter as well where the word $quarter is being cut off. So this quarter here sold for over $220. Next up is a 1980p. This Washington quarter here doesn't have any types of errors on the coin. It actually just has a very high grade. It's graded by PCGS at a mint state 67. Now this quarter here, because of the high grade, sold for over $380. Moving on to a 1980D. Now this has the same case as the last quarter. This one just has a very high grade as well. It's graded at a mint state 67. That's why the quarter is valuable, and that's why this quarter coin sold for over $1,300. We can't leave out the 1980S proof. This one is graded at a perfect grade of a proof 70. Deep cameo, the coin grading scale only goes up to 70, and this proof quarter here sold for over $250. Alright guys, until tomorrow, I'll see you all in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.